Good morning, everybody. Dime. Hello? Did somebody say meatloaf? Yep. Yep. All right, let's do it. Let me get my list of topics up. Today we've got some... What is Underexplained Isaac? Isaac Underexplained is a version of Isaac that I play sometimes, where I am not allowed to talk about Isaac while I'm playing the game, but chat is allowed to ask me any types of questions, and otherwise I just be yapping. So that's what Isaac Underexplained is. But yeah, Isaac Underexplained. We're not allowed to talk about the game. If I am talking about the game past this first room, you get to yell "L streamer," and yeah, that's the whole point of the game. I hope you enjoy it. Today for topics, we have some really uplifting ones. These are my general topics. Some media that I want to recommend. Why do I want to go into teaching? What it's like living with all of the dogs that I live with. And then we've also got the US political climate. So, you know, fun stuff. We're going to start off with why I want to go into teaching. So, teaching for me, and I got to turn this down, is something that I've kind of been avoiding for an extended period of time. It is something that I've always kind of been doing inherently through my streaming, through my other jobs. And I think really the hard part is that for me, teaching is something inherent, so it never felt like a job for me, and kind of was difficult because of that. Was difficult to like accept as something that I should probably be doing as a way of life, because I just found it very inherent. It never felt like it was something necessary to pursue. But as I've been getting more into, you know, life, love, stress, and setbacks, I've found that teaching has become more and more valuable for me. And because I want to go into teaching, streaming here has changed up a little bit. The way it's changed in particular is I've started focusing even more on the educational aspects of the games that I play, where I try to show off aspects of the game that I think are valuable for a larger majority of people. But it's difficult, you know? I don't know if this is the best way to explain it, but yeah. Streaming is kind of an extension of teaching for me. And that's why I want to go into teaching. What kind of teaching I'm doing, though, is I'm going into special education. For those who don't know, Special education, in essence, it's helping people learn how to navigate the world as much as it is just teaching regular subjects. Because oftentimes, when kids are tasked with existing in this world and they have neurodivergencies or they have disabilities, we kind of don't teach them what daily life is like. We just kind of assume that they know. And that's true of normal school as well. But it's really difficult to kind of quantify what life is like for people with learning disabilities because they don't have the natural social preclusions to just kind of go into it and do what we expect of neurotypical children. And that's okay, it's just something we have to plan around. But I'm starting a teaching program in June that I'm really excited about because it's 3 months in a classroom, but after those 3 months, it pretty quickly becomes actual in-school at time, which I think is really interesting and really cool, and not super common. So excited for that. If you want to learn more about teaching or something like that, let me know, because I'm happy to share that information with anybody who wants to hear it. In the meantime, let's talk about medias I wanted to recommend. So recently, the major medias that I've been watching: Spy X Family, Freerun, Fallout, Severance, Invincible, and Wonder Egg Priority. I think most of those are pretty well known. Freerun, Spy X Family, Severance, Invincible, and Fallout are all pretty well known. But I wanted to talk about Wonder Egg Priority for people in the chat, specifically because are you sure? Am I sure about what? What is there for me to be sure of? It's an Invincible meme. Okay. Excuse me, cue the title card. Anyway, but yeah, one thing I wanted to talk about was Wonder Egg Priority, just because, like, I think for a lot of people in chat, it might be an interesting one because it is specifically one of the only animes I've ever seen with trans inclusionary, like, representation. It's very rare to see trans people in anime. But it's a trans person who gets to date and be happy, which is really cool. It's not like a fully tragic character like so many times you will see in media representing gay people. There's a stereotype. It's like, why do gay people always die in movies? It's like, I don't know, but they always do. Wow. And it's a very strange thing that always seems to happen. But it doesn't have to. And Wonder Egg Priority, while it is a bit of a tragic heroine role for most of the characters in the show, is pretty damn good. The synopsis of it is kind of generally, what if your best friend committed a severe act of self-harm and you had to save them through various acts, but mostly through, like, beating the shit out of monsters. Kind of has that Madoka Magica feel to it. But yeah, it's really good. I would recommend it. It's really solid. It's quiet today. I honestly thought there would be more people today, but it's been very quiet so far. Kind of surprising, kind of shocking. Considering people are usually very excited about Underexplained. But that's okay. Just me and Flowey hanging out. Yeah, literally one person in Twitch. Anyway, so check out Wonder Egg Priority if you're on that trans-exclusionary stuff. If not, let's talk about free run. So free run, the general idea is that there is a 1,000-year-old plus elf who realistically is struggling to understand the human concept of mortality because she's lived so long and she's seen so many people die that she's become kind of numb to it, is how I would describe it. It's a very interesting concept, but in essence, this elf, Freerin, doesn't really understand how to feel about death. She's like, well, I guess just people are gone, but she keeps struggling with their memories of them still being alive. And the first episode of the series is not a spoiler. Probably the person she got closest to over the time of her life dies. And it's this very tough realization for her that she didn't really know him as well as she thought she did. Which I think is really tragic. But very real, because I think that's something I've noticed when people in my life have passed away, is that so many people I don't understand as much as I would like to, and it's sad. Because I think it's just... yeah. That's pretty damn good, Flowey. It took me a second to realize what you meant by leave a mark, and then I was like, oh no. Poor Mark. He didn't deserve that. Nice. But yeah, I find Mark a very interesting character. He's very juvenile, almost childlike in nature sometimes, and then he's very serious and mature in other times. It's a very strange little combo. Peak cinema. Yeah, what I'm doing right now? I don't know if what I'm doing right now. How's nobody on Twitch chat? I don't know, Fishy Joe. It's just you. Thanks for joining, by the way. Appreciate you. It's very strange today how quiet it is. Sacred the Loki. Oh no. I mean, it's only a problem if there's a knife involved. Anyway, either of you got some questions for me today on Isaac Underexplained Solo Hearts? I did say it. S-Lemur. Wouldn't it be Latimer? Or Latremer? I don't know. Shield your eyes. Oh my goodness, Fishy Joe. It's not that. I'm not pulling an Elon. If I was, I wouldn't. I don't know a lot about title card, but it looks cool. I'd really recommend it. I can talk about its themes without talking about spoilers if you would like that. I think that would be probably a decent way to do it, because it'd be hard to talk about a lot of the events of the show without spoilers. I'm gonna be completely real with you. Berserk has a curve. Oh, I thought you were talking about the anime. I talked about the game. Chat, I talked about the game. But yeah, in short, I can talk about the themes without talking about the show specific events. Just L steamed hams is pretty good. Thoughts on Silk Song? It's probably not coming out, but I heard Deltarune's tomorrow. I don't know if you heard that, but it's pretty exciting. My brain crashed, I'm crying. It's okay. Honestly, I have no really strong feelings about Silk Song. I think it's gonna come out when it comes out, or it's just never gonna come out. And either way, it's fine. I realistically think it's probably the second one, or the first one, but it feels more and more every day like the second one. Team Cherry keeps putting it off in such a way that it just becomes more frustrating for their audience. Silksong got manually updated like 3 days ago, and Microsoft set a deadline at 1st June for Silksong. It's real? Oh shit. I mean, good for them, but it's like, I don't know what to expect really. My name is David, I want some ice cream. What? That's your name? Like real life? Where's my vault? I feel like I'm missing a reference here. No, it's FNAF? I don't think I'm ever gonna look up FNAF. I don't know. It just doesn't... FNAF has never been that interesting to me. My name is David. Oh, man. Just look up my name is David. Okay. I will at some point. We're gonna have a section of today dedicated to looking through Discord and putting stuff in there. So if you link it there, I'll find it. It's a horrible song? Oh, cool. I love horrible songs. You don't have Discord? Well, you can tell somebody else to look at it on or post it on Discord. You can tell Fishy Joe. But otherwise, we're just going to be talking about other stuff. Other shows I want to talk about. Anyway, I want to talk about Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, just because it's my favorite anime of all time, and everybody should watch it, and it's amazing, and yeah, that's the whole conversation. But if you like good examinations of strong themes of what it means to value a human life, it's really cool and really good. I like One Piece. See, I read most of One Piece. I pray for you that nobody joins and wants hints for this game. Yeah, I can explain what the game is. Like, I can explain what the concept of this show is, and that's fine. I think that's the nature of the thing, and it's gonna happen. I also like One Piece. One Piece was something I read, or like, I didn't watch much as a kid, but I caught up to in one weekend. I caught up to like 950 chapters of One Piece, of the manga in one weekend. Obviously, you can't do that with the show, because the show takes fucking forever for tiny-ass plot points, but the manga is very readable, and I would recommend it. On Baroque Works. Okay, so you're, what is that, 3 or 4 arcs in? That's not very deep. Baroque Works is fun, though. I really enjoyed that one. I think it's a very interesting little, like, spy mission one. Who's your favorite character so far? Water 7, Arlong, Baroque. Okay. Number 3, got it. Yeah, I know my stuff. Thoughts on Samson, the character in the Bible? I think it's a very interesting biblical character, frankly. One of my favorite. The fact that his power is tied to his hair and his faith is really cool. I think it's a more nuanced story than most of what you'll find in the Bible, which is a very rare thing. Basic ass answer, but Zorro is a fine character. I don't think that's a bad thing if you enjoy a character, right? Bro literally killed 1,000 soldiers with a damn jawbone. It is pretty nuts, isn't it? He's like, I think he's probably one of the more overpowered characters in biblical lore. I think Arlong was a little right. Yeah, I mean, I think that his perspective becomes more nuanced as the series goes on, because, fun fact, he will be returning. It's not really a spoiler, it's an anime trope. Every villain returns at some point, right? But in short, I kind of agree that, like, racism is bad, is essentially Arlong's opinion, which I think is real and true. Where's the pin message? Here we go. Oh, give me a second. I actually need to do this. There you go. There's the pinned message. I think that One Piece, kind of like the Disney trope, has this thing where they'll just like make somebody have a correct opinion but go about the wrong ways of doing it to make them a villain. And I think that that is interesting in some occasions, but most of the time it just feels lazy. And that's kind of frustrating to me. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but like, Arlong as a character feels like he's evil for the sake of being evil rather than evil for the sake of being an interesting character. I don't know what it is, but I find that kind of writing. You can see this in like, I think the most prominent example is the main character in, or the main villain in the original Black Panther movie, in like the Marvel movies, where he's like, yeah, he's right that colonization is bad, but why is he hurting people to bring the things back? And I'm just like, can you not understand that his rage comes from a place of deep hurt because his whole culture was stolen from him? Doesn't that feel weird and hypocritical for you to be criticizing him for it? What is the context of this? I just joined. So so somebody asked, like, or somebody said that they think Arlong in One Piece, the shark from the first arc, was right. Essentially, like, was like, within the context of the show, wasn't wrong about the fact that the oppression of his people was bad. And I'm saying, like, yes, it's a very common trope in a lot of these shows to just, like, make somebody evil for the sake of them being evil and not really, like, give their, like, yes, their character has a backstory for why they're evil, but it feels lazy or written for the sake of, like, the hero of the story being able to fight them. If that makes sense. It is a Balatro reference, Fishy Joe. But yeah. Yeah, so that's what I mean by the most prominent example is Killmonger in the Black Panther series. Because basically the story of that character was, damn, he's right. And then just still shitting on him anyway. And it's frustrating. You know what I mean? I think that Disney can do like a whole inclusivity thing differently. Like 100% sort of ethnically different people in movies, but the whole Snow White thing is just... Yeah, I think the thing is Disney does what I like to call diversity for the sake of diversity, rather than diversity for the sake of like anything interesting going on in the movie. And this is to say that, like, Disney just doesn't write good characters of color. I think that is not a uncommon opinion. There's this kind of like separation, or there's this thing, like, Disney didn't literally have a black princess until Princess Tiana in The Princess of the Frog, and she starts the movie cleaning somebody's house. That is literally a stereotype of black people the world over, and they didn't think, maybe we shouldn't do that. Seems kind of messed up. It just feels super bizarre the way that they do these things, right? I think it was fine a little more. Yeah, I would say it's mostly fine. It's just a weird choice most of the time. I don't know. That's just my opinion. I wouldn't say it's a correct opinion. I wouldn't say it's an incorrect opinion. It's just my opinion. Judgment. Hello, Kronos. But yeah, I think Disney has a real... Hi, Zeke. I think Disney has a real racism problem. Great loaf. In my house, we stand for the flag. The Great Loaf. Today I was at the doctor's and apparently I have bronchitis. Oh shit. That doesn't sound particularly fun. I wish you luck in handling that. Ow. I want some Isaac cream. I don't know how to deal with that for you. Funniest thing about Disney is that the showing diversity isn't about making stereotypes, about showing the diversity culture that feels normal. They nailed it with The Princess and the Frog, but they didn't realize it after. I think they nailed it with some aspects of The Princess and the Frog. I don't think starting her as a cleaner was probably a particularly smart idea. That one feels vaguely racially coded in a not healthy way. Let me rephrase that. That feels racially coded in general in a not healthy way, not vaguely. But yeah, that's my opinion. And I'm sticking to it. Explosive diarrhea. You did. L streamer indeed. L streamer indeed. But yeah, that's kind of how I feel about how villains are represented in a lot of media. I think that that's not an unpopular opinion. I'm gonna play Celeste Golden attempts to shake off all the rust on Seaside. Good luck. Have fun. Would you... Zakuska? I don't know what Zakuska is. Is it food? If it's food, I'll try it. Low-key, I just want a CE villain in a movie, sort of like Jack in Puss in Boots. You know who I think was the best villain in the entire Puss in Boots franchise? Death. The concept of death. It's really cool. Doing them back to work. All right, good luck. Back to back. But yeah, there's my opinion about that stuff. I'm gonna move on to a different thing. We were talking about Full Metal Alchemist before we started all that discussion. How many of you have seen Full Metal Alchemist? How many of you want to see Full Metal Alchemist? Give me an 07 in chat if you've seen Full Metal Alchemist. Give me an O- in chat if you want to see Full Metal Alchemist. Seen parts. 50 minutes as I work at 9, but I had to stop by. Thanks for hanging out, Jenny. Appreciate you. You want to see it? I would really recommend it. It's really good. It's one of the most interesting, like, dissections of what a human life is worth that I've ever seen in any show, let alone anime. Plus it's just like a really good anime, and it's got cool people in it. So I would wholeheartedly recommend it. But I'm just gonna not say too much more so that I don't spoil it, because it is a show that you could very easily spoil heavily. Romanian vegetable spread, the one I have right now, has eggplants, red bell peppers, olive oil, white onion, fresh tomatoes, sunflower. That sounds really good. That sounds really quite good. The only thing I don't like in that is I'm not a huge fan of eggplant, and that's more of a preparation thing most of the time than it is an actual I don't like the vegetable. Because eggplant can be prepared in such like soggy, gross ways that it really just turns me off to the whole thing. You're watching FMA currently? I hope you're watching FMA Brotherhood, not the first FMA, because the first FMA mid. Like it is genuinely not very good how they handled the first FMA. The ending of it is crazy. So yeah, if you're gonna watch Full Metal Alchemist, watch Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Do not watch regular Full Metal Alchemist. Brown cheese? Why is your cheese brown? I need to know why. Damn it. Yeah, chat, what's your favorite type of cheese? I'm more of a brie person than anything else. I really like brie. I think it's very, very good. Other cheeses I like, though, include Gouda, include cheddar, include American on occasion. What else? Just normal cheese. I don't like anything else. What is normal cheese? Normal cheese is not a descriptive phrase. There are dozens of types of cheese that could be classified as normal. Cheddar, because my body doesn't have to die from the lactose since it doesn't have it. It's true, it lacks toes. Intolerant. Get it? Because it sounds like intolerant. Is cheddar really lactose friendly? I didn't know that at all. I really just had no idea, apparently. Huh. I wonder why. Like, has it always been made that way? Like, what's the dealio? I don't know, but it's good as hell. Yeah, that's fair. We can make this slightly louder. Cheese. Yeah. Oh, speaking of good games, you ever heard of Lisa the Painful? The lactose content in cheddar decreases significantly during the cheese making process. Transformation thanks to beneficial bacteria that breaks down milk sugars. Interesting. Okay, cool. Thank you. So nobody's heard of Lisa the Painful? Anyway, play Lisa. If you like Omori, play Lisa the Painful. Zeke, that recommendation's mostly for you. I've heard of it. Okay. It's a good start. I have actually played it. I'm shocked. This is my surprised face. Aren't you like a drunk guy or something? Yeah, not really. I'm mod installed for Terraria, but there's a new difficult Bone Me Plenty. It's a really messed up name. Okay. Yeah, you're kind of a drunk guy. You're not like fully drunk all the time, but you're drunk a lot of the time in the game. Bye, Flowey. Thanks for hanging out. Anyway, next topic that I wanted to talk about. Let's see what we got. Alright. How many of you have seen the Fallout series? This is an important question. Nobody? Nobody's seen the Fallout series? Oh my goodness. I'm so disappointed in you, chat. So disappointed. Okay, anyway. So the Fallout series is incredible. You should go check it out. But in short, it's just really damn good because the writing is fantastic. The world building is really good. It stays true to the Fallout series from like established norms. It's really cool. Good. Oh, thank you, Flash. Appreciate you. Feel free to ask any question you want. It's that kind of day. You have? What'd you think of it? Did you have a favorite part? Nearly all of it? Yeah, it's that's fair. I understand why. Hmm. Okay, give me a second. I need to think. This sucks. I hate thinking. But I'm thinking right now. Chat, don't ever think. Just do. But in all seriousness, okay, I need to start yapping more. That's important. Who doesn't love the tooth gun? It's true, it is pretty cool, huh? Queen of Hearts. Okay, so anyway. I wanted to talk about the US political situation right now. For those who don't know, and I don't know how you wouldn't know, frankly, the US is kind of fucked at the moment. Like, really not having a good time. To the extent that we're just, like, maybe going to be a fascist dictatorship in, like, a few months, maximum a year, realistically. And it's scary as shit. Yeah, very fucked. Very fucked is true. And it just kind of scares me. Because, frankly, it's not something... I didn't think that I would see the full descent into fascism in my lifetime. I thought it would take time after my lifetime was done. But we're seeing it in a number of different ways. First of all, we're seeing people deported for using their freedom of speech rights. Second of all, we're seeing people like put on lists and arrested for existing as undocumented people or just even people with documents. We're also seeing all sorts of crazy shit, but like we're seeing people rounded up in streets and things of that sort. I just like, I can't even begin to describe how sad it makes me, you know? I can't even begin to describe how scary it is. I can't even begin to describe how many people's lives are going to be irrevocably altered by a man who has no idea what he's doing and doesn't care to know what he's doing. He's probably... I wouldn't honestly call the U.S. a democracy at this point. I wouldn't have called the U.S. a democracy before this man got elected. But there's this kind of fear, even among people who really believed in the system, that democracy is dying. And I would argue that democracy has been dead for a minute. I would say we're, as a country, closer to an oligarchy than we ever were a democracy. But we're in this space where people's understanding of the world is being degraded. Our vote. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, it's like, there is no recourse for us because corruption has spread pretty well everywhere, in a way that is incontrovertible without like a civil war, and it's crazy. It's absolutely insane, and we just have to live in it, I guess. Kind of how I'm feeling. I wanted to talk about specific events. Obviously Palestine we're going to abandon. I don't think that there is any doubt in my mind that we are going to abandon Palestine. And it makes me sad. But it is just a reality of the situation. And I don't know really how to feel about that. Because I think if Kamala Harris was elected, there would have been a small chance that we maybe would have actually done something, but that's not happening. And it's just very bizarre to me. It makes me sad. And I also wanted to talk about what people are pretty predominantly referring to as the Signal group chat. If you haven't heard about this one, US government officials added, quote-unquote accidentally, a journalist from The Atlantic into their group chat. For no particular reason, but in short, because they just put in the wrong name, I guess. And I think the craziest thing to me is that this journalist, who is, first of all, I want to say pro-Israel, didn't aggressively report this to the media, did not leak the full details of this chat, and is getting praised for that. Like, I'm a firm believer that if you have that information, you should spread it. And it feels extremely weird to me that they didn't. They had it hours before this attack happened, and yet they stood idly by and got a scoop instead. And that, to me, feels fucked up. I don't know that other people feel that way, but for me personally, it feels like a failure of a reporting system. That they were more incentivized to hold the information and not share it in a way that could make people more publicly safe. That's sad to me. That makes me sad. And I don't know, like, there's no recourse for that, obviously. But, like, what the fuck, dude? Are you not on the side of the people? It makes me confused and frustrated and utterly baffled that this man is being lauded for that when his non-action may have harmed lives. That's insane, right? Yeah, I just, like, I don't know what to do with these feelings, I think is kind of how I am. And that's why I did today as, like, a separate from another person Underexplained, because I wanted to have a space where I could just, like, talk shit, ostensibly, but, like, more than that. Like, have a moment to air grievances, to make things feel, I don't know, not uncontrollable, not normal. I don't think any of this is normal, but at least, like, let me exist in a community where I have an opportunity to feel like there are things I could do. But I don't really think that there exists a sense of normalcy anymore. And that makes me scared. Anyway, well, that's that. And I want to also say that normalcy existed only for me because of my place of privilege. This is not something that is inherent to everybody's experience. That is a thing that exists for me because I exist within this privileged position. Very cool. Thank you. Hi, Scorpion. How are you today? Anyway, that's how I'm feeling, everybody. How are you feeling today? Tired? Yeah. Lord knows I understand that. I am exhausted. Constantly now. Feeling good, I just woke up. So this is the perfect time to discuss our democracy. I'm glad I greeted you with a very uplifting conversation, so to speak. But yeah, welcome. I mean, I think everybody knows that, like, my stream is not necessarily a place where we shy away from political topics. Saw a stream on YouTube, but you're not gonna guess who was streaming. Is it me? Was it me? Or was it Moist Critical? The other me. Cool. I'm gonna go pick up the heart. Oh, shit. Talked about Isaac. Megamind Moist. Chat. Call me all streamer. Well, well, well. Hi, Sunlessay. How are you? Doing alright. How about you? You seem great today. I'm doing really well. Unfortunately, we're talking about politics right now, so, you know, there's things that are going on in my brain that are rough. That's life sometimes. Yeah, I'm just kind of in a shock state at the current political climate of the world. I think that's normal and healthy as a response, frankly. But yeah, if you have questions that you want to ask today, feel free. This is obviously Isaac Underexplained, so there's space for that held. Person who was streaming was a politician from your country? Oh, really? What were they streaming? Were they streaming a game, or were they, like... You also get those spam bots about cheap viewers? Oh, yeah. We love hitting the gritty. Chat, we're so gritty pilled. It's ridiculous. I think I have both going on. I'm doing this because the meta's changed, frankly. And it's moved away from short streams being the meta. I think I prefer this to Crap Ton more. Yeah, I get that. I think that's common. And I think people like YouTube was pushing short streams for a long time. And then they stopped pushing them, and then they started just like not doing anything anymore. So that was kind of funny. But why though? Why'd they push them? Because they wanted people to use their shorts content more often. The colonization of YouTube Shorts? I'm not sure what that means. I'm officially very old. Like, I've heard the term before, but I just don't know what it is. I actually use it because I hate TikTok. Well, that's a valid reason to use it, for sure. That stream just ended. Oh, really? I just want to know what the politician was streaming. That's all I care about, honestly. It's supposed to be a thing where people from Reels and TikTok are supposed to come to YouTube Shorts and like replace old brain with new brain on, as well as spamming in the comments. Interesting. So they're just like swapping their rot for another, I guess, is the idea. Very bizarre to me. Yeah, what is the point in that? That's a great question. It's a meme on itself and it's very disappointing. Oh, okay, cool. I just wonder why something like that exists, personally. It was a rally or something? Huh. Interesting. That makes more sense what they were streaming. Make YouTube Shorts brain rot more relevant. I mean, yeah, it is startling how irrelevant YouTube Shorts' brain rot is, to be fair. They really leave that shit out to dry. Both platforms have brain rot. Yeah, but YouTube's brain rot doesn't like transfer platforms in the same way that TikTok's does, I think is really the thing. Dead internet theory is such an interesting concept to me. It's so funny. Do y'all believe in dead internet theory? 'Cause I'm not sure I do, but I'm pretty sure I do. I think it's like, as a concept, it's very worrying, but also extremely understandable. Why do people even care? It's more of like a thing about human labor being replaced with non-human labor. What the hell is that theory? The dead internet theory is the concept that at this point on the internet, you're not interacting with humans most of the time. Like, most of what you're interacting with was curated for bots. And so yeah, that's the dead internet theory. Still got human interaction in real life. Yeah, it's just a labor replacement frustration. Facebook? Yeah, Facebook is a prime example of this. Because Facebook has repeatedly shown that it does not care about bots, like, just infesting its platform. Yeah, Facebook is bot heaven. Yes, yes it is. It's also funny how Facebook is very popular among the youth and some less developed, but what's even more surprising, it's becoming less relevant. I mean, I understand why it's becoming less relevant. It promotes a lot of genocides. Kind of hard to stay relevant when you promote things people typically don't like very much. Sacred, did you see my review on Celeste? I did not. I thought it was like soon the internet will be a huge-ass cemetery. I mean, kind of. The internet's kind of a huge cemetery, and then it's just a bunch of aimless drifters talking to each other over a form of communication that most people don't understand.
Balls of steel.
Oh, I heard about Telegram, yeah. Heard good things about Telegram, as a matter of fact. Email is hard. I mean, email can be hard for people who are less up on technology as a whole. So I don't think it's unreasonable to say email is hard. For any trans strawberry game, go burr. True. There's barely any good in Facebook. Yeah, it's a lot of like AI generated pictures of Jesus nowadays, which I think is kind of funny, but not very useful. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't know. That's just me, at least. There's a scam here. They paid you to watch vids. Apparently, the people. Wait, what was the scam here? Wait, I'm doing a game of Isaac after I'm done with Jacob and Esau. I will do Tainted Jacob. Fuck, I just talked so much about this game. Also do the social bubble theory and other similar reasons. What's the social bubble theory? Don't get any problems related to AI slop and other things. Interesting. Oh. I mean, it makes sense. It's their own ecosystem. Okay. Just the concept that, like, everybody's in their own bubble. One day everyone's account gets hacked. the thing where people only interact with. Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes sense. I figured after I said it, I was like, oh, I think I know what that means. But then it makes more sense now. Yeah. Also, would you rather eat edible sand or edible concrete ground up? What do you mean by ground up? Like, it's ground up into... Because if concrete's ground up, then it's just sand. Or am I eating it from the ground up? YouTube recommending to go, hi, Sienna. Yo, is it just me, or did you gain like 1,000 subscribers in the past couple weeks? Because it looks to be like you did. $1.5K? Holy shit. God damn, Sienna. Happy for you. That's incredible. Yeah, I was looking at your page kind of recently and I was like, this seems to be bigger than the last time I looked at this. In that case, I'm eating the sand. Yeah, I'd probably eat the sand. Tainted Samsung? Oh. I realize what this is. I'll eat the concrete, yeah. Hi folks, is the edible concrete soft enough to not break your teeth? That's a great question, Creeching. Chat, answer Creeching's question, please. It's important. Once got forced to eat sand in kindergarten. Ooh, I've got a good story about my kindergarten life for you. So one time in kindergarten, I didn't like being cooped up in the place that, well, this was preschool technically. I didn't like being cooped up in the place that I was. So I was trying to like build an escape route. And see, the thing about me is I really just don't enjoy being trapped in the same place for an extended period of time. But in kindergarten, or in preschool, I was like building a escape hatch to under the fence surrounding my preschool, and I was like really going at it. It was a lot of work, but it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. And all of a sudden, some kid came up to me and was like, "Why are you digging a hole?" I was like, you know, to escape, like kids do. And they looked at me and they said, you're not supposed to do that. I'm telling the teacher. And so I turned around, and I punched them in the face. And that is how I got diagnosed with anger issues. Kindergarten gave me 30 years worth of PTSD. That makes sense. It's definitely not for everybody. That's such a preschool thing to do. Yeah, I got in a lot of trouble for that. I got in a lot of trouble for that. Definitely an experience, yeah. snitches get stitches. Yeah, that's kind of what I felt. And it's still kind of how I feel about it to this day, but I also feel a bit like a dick. You know, sometimes you do things that you regret. And sometimes you do things that you regret and it's funny. And I would argue that that's probably not that funny, but it's a little funny. I also, along that same line, I spit on a cop at one point because I was 6 at the time, so I was what, first grade? Do a flip. Okay. There you go, there's your flip. My hair flipped. Anyway, I was I was at a summer camp for sports, and at this sports camp they were doing football, and I hate football for those who don't know. And so I was like, please don't make me do football. I'd really, really rather not do that. And they were like, no, you kind of have to do football. You're here, you have to do the thing. And I was like, but do I? So I climbed a 60-foot wall instead of doing football. And then they were like, we don't know how to get this kid down from this 60-foot wall. So they called the cops. And I don't know if you know this, but when you call the cops in America, they come pretty quick. But when the cops got there, I didn't really know how to interact with them very much. So I just started spitting. And I went, "Puh," and the cops were like, what the fuck is wrong with this kid? And then I went, "Puh," again, and they were like, what the fuck is wrong with this kid? And then I just kept spitting on them until I literally ran out of spit in my mouth. And they were like, what the fuck is happening? And so that's how I learned how to spit on cops. But in response to that, they eventually called a parental figure and were like, hey, this child is spitting on us and we don't like that very much. Could you come pick them up? And I was like, okay. But yeah, that's how I learned how to spit on cops, I guess. So take that with whatever grain of salt you want to, but spit on cops, it's based. And to this day, I still be spitting on cops. That's real, actually. I do love spitting on a cop. Thank you. I was kind of I never really enjoyed authority figures. And the reason I didn't enjoy authority figures is mainly due to personal experience with them in my past. But it was just kind of an interesting experience. Never spat on anyone, but one time a homeless man spat on me in San Francisco. Yeah, that sounds like San Francisco. It's sometimes kind of a lawless place. If I did some stuff like that, I would have been arrested. I'm a minor. Yeah, but you don't understand. I'm white and a man. So people don't fuck with you. My first piece of fan art after that video, that was so humbling and exciting. Dude, it's so cool to get a piece of fan art. I've been getting really cool fan art in my Discord. I don't know if you've seen, but I'm gonna show it off after this, and we can look over. I just want to go through the art channel in my Discord, frankly, because I want an excuse to do that, and this is as good a moment as any. It's fucking poggers. But it feels so damn good. Also, you have a very fan artable. Yeah, please send me what you got. You have a very fan artable logo, so that makes sense. It's adorable and very characteristic of you, which is a good combo. If I were on Instagram, then yeah, I'll be comfortable. Which is not what I want, but I guess not here. Wait, what? If I were on Instagram, then yeah, I'd be comfortable. Oh, okay. I think, yeah, I get what you mean. But yeah, lots of people like share their stories of getting fucked up by cops on Instagram and stuff. It's important. I do phone interview, but I don't know what it'd be. I'll show you some of them so you can maybe get some inspiration. Also, I don't know if y'all saw, but we have a new follower animation created by our very own Cookie Caker, who has been making a lot of my fan art. And it is incredible. It is so good. So hit that follow button if you want to see it. Otherwise, I can just like show you. I made a horrible Wojak of Morgan the other day. Wait, that's awesome, Greaching. But yeah, if you are on Twitch, I think maybe YouTube as well, and you have a membership, you can also use the, whatchamacallit, the shred dip emoji, which is fan art, created by Terrapin. I do my best to like if I use fan art in any of my stuff, I make sure I credit the artist, obviously. Sorry, I was gone for a minute. You know, you're good. I'm just talking about fan art. What if instead of Sacred Hearts it was Freaky Hearts instead of playing this game and interacting with chat? I mean, eventually, if I start my OnlyFans, it'll be called Freakrit Hearts. I just want you to know. Minor medical emergency? Oh shit. Okay. Well, that was a good hour and 30 minutes of Isaac Underexplained. Thanks for joining with me on that, everybody. Yeah, hope you are all right as well. Let's pull up the Discord. Oh my gosh. Wait, Cyanna, can I show off your fan art? My wife has diabetes and her blood sugar was going low. Ooh, that is, I'm glad not. Why not oiled up hearts? It's a fair question. Why not oiled heart? This freaky's more freakish than oiling up. First of all, here's Cyanna's first fan art, which is really damn good. The line art on that is really solid. Got a little logo, which is really cute. And we got this, which is adorable and very Tumblr pilled, honestly. But anyway, we're gonna go into mine and check out some of the other stuff. Anyway, check these out. Heat Miser's got some of the coolest art. Like, look at how sick this is. You can't, like, what is this? I have no idea, and I love it. What is this? It doesn't even have orifices. This, amazing. Peak. This is incredible. I don't know. This gives me vibes of Journey. Sacred Freak goes hard, yeah. The Cookie Caker made this, which I just think is incredible. Like, what? How? Felix Colgrave? Can you link me some of that? That's incredible. Okay. Then we've got Terrapin making this, which they were like, if this was a name, he was like, if this is a boss in Isaac, what would it be named? And you know how there's Monkey's Paw, which is called the right hand? I called this Lefty because it would be the left hand. Anyway. Then we've got another amazing piece by Cookie. Like, this is incredible. If Dogma was a playable character. Smash? Okay, stop it. Stop it. The Darwin 4 documentary. Watch Double King, it's an animation of his. Sick nasty. Alright, let me pull up Double King. Double King Felix Colgrave. Oh, yeah, I've seen this before. I've seen at least some of this. I've seen it referenced. Then they made this of me, which I think is adorable. And I'm just like, that's so cute. Yeah. Like, look at me. This is amazing. This is based off of, here, let me pull it up. This is based off of this, I assume. The blunt goes hard, yeah. Wait, why is this not loading? Oh, yeah, it's doing the thing. Oh, it was loading in GIMP. That's fine. I like that GIMP loads on its own now. So you can see here. Because that was like a lazy thing I made back in the day. This is something James made, which I think is adorable. Should do a stream where it's just you and a lot of blunts. You have potential stoner vibes. I smoked a lot of weed in the past, but I don't really smoke weed anymore. That's the thing. That looks awesome. By the way, the thing Tara made jump scared me because I watched it at like 2 a.m. That's super fair. Yeah, on Twitch, you can use that emote where I'm just walking up with a blunt and some money. Here's more of Heat Miser stuff. I linked you my favorite music video. He's animated, but he has a bunch of animations on his YouTube. Cool. Thank you. Like, I don't know. What are these? They're so cool. Which of those is the head? What is that? A shrimp, I guess. Everything keeps evolving into crab. What the fuck? Alright, let's find some more. Which is an Isaac enemy. Indistinguishable from normal grimaces until hit with Isaac's tears. Emerges from the ground and rapidly pursues Isaac. Head retains properties of original grimace. Very rare, not encountered every run. See, this gives me, I don't know if you've played Hollow Knight. Those enemies that you, like, slash with your blade a couple times. And then, like, they die, and then they just come back to life. Crab meta. I love Hollow Knight. I also love Hollow Knight. It's in like the spiders domain. I can't remember what it's called. I love the shrimp. The shrimp is sick. Yeah, there's so many cool art styles. Like here's another one. This is literally a picture of their Isaac run, not the spider dudes in Beast Den. Yeah, doesn't it give you that same vibe? So that's Twisted Pair, Lord of the Pit. I assume this is Maw of the Void. Yeah. Oh yeah, here's Miku. Everybody say hi, Miku, or Miku beep. So one of the two. You have options. Joksune Miku. Yeah, the fact that it also has the Ace of Hearts here, it's pretty sick. See the Miku shake. Miku Brim. Miku Brim would... Dude, if Brim every time said Miku Brim, that'd be so funny. I have to say it really fast on some tier rates, though. Milkshake, like the character from Severance. Here's Maggie, a Tainted Maggie that Cookie Caker drew. This one's adorable. Like, it's so grotesque, but so adorable. There's a mod for that. Please send me that mod. Also, fun fact, I've never listened to Miku, but I think it's really funny that I haven't listened to Miku at this point. Yeah. Oh, I think this is what the Fiend thing was actually made after. Because this is same vibes. I'll load in a second. Yeah, same vibes. Lower accurate Tana Maggie. Yeah, she looks adorable in that photo. All right, let's. We've got Pan Pan showing off their couple, which is cute. Their throuple, which I think is adorable. Like, look at that shit. We've got James's mouse guy, who is, I believe, in the world of Gravity Falls, right? Yeah. This one's terrifying. More cookie caker stuff. This... Zeke, did you draw this? Where'd you find this? That Underexplained thumbnail with the chat bubble above you looks like disguised brain rot. Nice. Cookie, how are you so good? Let's see here. More James stuff, which I think is adorable. Very Gravity Falls. Spooky Frasier's, I think D&D character. Would you rather do a shirt-eating stream or play this game called Eat Sand Simulator on Roblox for 10 hours? Probably the second option. Cookie's very talented. Yeah, I'm just like, the sheer amount of work. This is commissioned our Spooky Frasier had for their D&D character, which I think is awesome. Don't feed beer to a chicken, but in the case of this, do. Anyway, we're gonna look through other things. We're gonna look at memes. Sacred Riding and Emperor Sea Strider. What is this? What is this? Flash what? What does this mean? We don't get memes and shit posts every time, all the time, but when we do, they're peak. It's from Darwin 4, okay. Just ate 3,000 calories of airport Panda Express ass crack on Rooster Dawn, still tired, and if you want to ask me to move my feeder out of the aisle, these are size 13 shoes, I'm inbred, I'm the serpent in the garden with nicotine poison, you're on vacation with your kids, I'm dying in real life. How do I look? Good. Don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. You flew the mother fucking plane directly into the World Center and hit the content. This is one of my favorites on here. The documentary is free on YouTube. Okay. Stick bug. Anyway. Thank you. Installing now. Alright, we're... I'm not seeing any brain rot disapproved. It's from Mega Blast specifically. Okay. Miku. Honestly, that's kind of a nice thing. Let's look at the various options for coins. Soulja Boy coins? Changes coin pickup sounds to samples from the hit song Crank That by Soulja Boy. Please get the cat coin mod. Nah, we're not doing cat coin mod. Tell them. Oh, the Wumpa fruits? Rocks, yummy. Hey, Apple. What? Anyway. Let's go home. Let's browse the mods. Browse. We want Franks. Chris Griffin death screen? No, I'm good. Dried gassed over rock bottom. Can you see my meme? Let me see. Let's look at your meme. We'll gladly breed you. Just ask. Yum. Have you asked? Horseman. This is foul, by the way. No. Okay, we're done here. Let's see here. What else? What's in general right now? Is there a way to get the old Discord UI? I have no idea. Chat, we're not posting Darling in the Franks on here. Thanks for joining, by the way, Flash. Just to post a meme. That reminds me of my old cheese department at the local Kroger. It's My Hero Academia themed for no reason. What? I still have the old UI. I guess I do. I haven't updated Discord. Have you seen My Name is David yet? No, I haven't. We were gonna watch some Felix Colgrave. Wait, I'm a YouTube stream. I can't watch other people's stuff on here. I will watch it later. I will also be posting a link in the media channel. Okay. Also, that one mod that changes mom's proactive. I have heard about that, yeah. Anyway, let's play one quick run of this. What other things do we have to talk about today? We have... Ooh, do you want to meet a dog, chat? Do you want to meet a dog? Yes? Okay. That's fine, she can come too. Hello. Yeah. Hello, Chili. Hello. Yeah, hello, dogs. Hello. Oh my goodness. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Two doggies. Oh, there's the doggies. There's the doggies. Hello. Hi, Cheech. Okay, I'm giving kisses. Oh, right up the nose. You love giving kisses up the nose, huh? Okay, go. There you go. Alright. Alright, there you go. I thought I would just show you off. Go take your naps again. Alright, doggies. Anyway. Those are their dogs. Those are Mabel and Chili. There's another dog around, but she doesn't like people very much. Anyway. We're gonna do another Isaac Underexplained. We're gonna do it with... this. Grounded? I don't know Grounded. What's Grounded about? Oh, wait, I do know Grounded. The survival game. Yes. I'm familiar with Grounded. It took me a second, sorry. Hello, Anna. How are you? Ooh, the strangest item I have? Okay, you got it. I hope you like this, because I replaced Riff with him. Okay. So here's the strangest item I have in my knickknacks collection. Let me take it out of the bag really quick. Give me a second. I'm gonna be off camera for a second, and then you're gonna see it when I come back. This is the strangest item I have. I'm so excited for this. I can't read chat without my glasses, so there you go. There's my strangest item. Do you want a story behind that? What is that? Demon Slayer mentioned? Yup. So this is a traditional... I know what that's from, but I can't name it. It's Demon Slayer, yeah. It's not... So I got it from a Daiso. It's a traditional, like, festival mask from Japan. And it's... I don't know what the actual point of it is, but I like it. And I hope you do too. But yeah, that's it's in Demon Slayer for some reason, not really sure why. But it's really cool. I don't know if it's really cool, but like it's a thing that exists. But yeah, that's the weirdest thing out there. I got it from... Do y'all know what a Daiso is? Ah. Ah, shit. Great for getting random storage containers and random shit. Yeah, it's basically like it's like a Dollar Tree, but from Japan. And it's really cool because everything costs 150 yen, or essentially $1.50. And the whole thing is it's all cheap and really fun. But there's also like really good snacks and just like a lot of weird knickknacks, and so I go there every once in a while to just like purchase knickknacks for no reason. And so yeah, that's how I ended up doing that. Essentially, I get burnt out of playing Persona 5. What burnt you out? But yeah, that's why I have that. It was $1.50. And it was worth every goddamn penny. That's a steal? Yeah, exactly. Right? Like that's just basically free. Yeah, it's a good conversation starter is really what it is. Hello, Galvin. Welcome in. How are you doing today? Welcome into Isaac Underexplained. You're my friend now? Okay. Well, welcome into Isaac Underexplained, where we play this game without talking about it at all. We were just talking about Japanese festival masks, because I pulled out this thing. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them. This is basically an AMA. And you can ask any question you want as long as it's not deeply inappropriate. As if it's mildly inappropriate, I'll answer it, but only if it's mildly. Well, welcome into the pile of dips. Happy to have you. Tanuki leaf when? Do I have a leaf back there? I don't have a leaf back there. But yeah, that was one of two options I could have shown for the weirdest thing I had. So I just wanna... What's my favorite anime? We were actually talking about this earlier. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Because I think it is a really incredible examination of what the value of a human life is. FMA Brotherhood is peak. Yeah, it is so damn good. I love it a lot. I feel like it's one of those animes that people know is good, but they still sometimes sleep on, which I think is really interesting. That's why you're my favorite flesh trooper. You have immaculate taste. Thank you. What's up, Sushi Soldier? How you doing? You're a Lane fan? I don't know Lane. Sacred, guess my favorite anime and guess my second favorite. Favorite anime, Madoka Magica. I don't know. I struggle to tell what people's favorite animes are. But you seem like the Madoka type. Yes, you can technically ask me anything. I just won't necessarily answer if it's really annoying to answer. That's literally it. Serially Experiments Lame? I don't know that one. Guess mine. Never actually seen it? I think you'd like it a lot. I think you'd like it a lot. Would you go to Darwin 4? Probably not. Seems scary. Oh, it doesn't. Okay. If a cow goes 220 miles an hour, how much would the cow poop? Well, it depends. Is the cow like in a car or is it running on its own? Like what's going on with the cow? Running? I mean, it would probably poop a lot just because inherently like running really fast makes mammals need to poop. It's kind of by nature what happens when mammals do that. But yeah, good question, honestly. Kind of giving Monty Python, what is the airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow vibes. Ow. Wait, what? Oh, okay, that's fine. Iraq, if you like surreal sci-fi, it's only one season. Honestly, it's only one season is like the best thing I can ever hear about any anime. I'm gonna be completely real with you. Like, anime that's longer than one season, I don't understand it. I mean, I understand it, it just like, it gets so long. I know that I just sung the praises of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, but it's like... I'm speaking more towards like One Piece and Dragon Ball, where I'm like, why are they still here? Galvin, what's your favorite anime? This is not me actually shitting on these animes, by the way. I hope you know. This is mostly just me like being frustrated at how long One Piece is, mostly. As somebody who used to watch it. Demon Slayer? Okay, that's a fair one. That's a really good anime. Which is, honestly, it's funny that I showed you that mask when your favorite is Demon Slayer. It's a very nicely self-contained story. My partner is a One Piece fan and I do not get it. I understand. Like, as somebody who read, well, that's what, it actually is getting the Kai treatment that DBZ got. And Netflix is doing what's called One Piece 1, where they're doing One Piece in like self-contained, like hour 30 long episodes. TBH, I kind of don't like One Piece, which I think is like the best way, is probably going to be the best way to like catch up with One Piece, so to speak. Sacred Want Peak, watch Cabaneri of the Iron Fortress. I've heard good things about it. Still waiting for the manga adaptation of One Piece and not the filler. Yeah. But I literally at one point I caught up to One Piece with 950 chapters in a weekend. And it was just extremely exhausting. But like I was like, ooh, this is fun and exciting. But no, it wasn't happening. I couldn't keep up, you know what I mean? I just like started to lose interest. I recommend Kingdom. I have actually heard of Kingdom. At one point I tried to watch Kingdom, but it was a lot of work. I read up until the more recent chapters and it's good. Kingdom? Or, yeah. I've heard good things about Kingdom. I've been recommended it a few times. I got recommended it for the first time in high school, actually. Which is... How many years ago was that? Over 10? Holy shit. I'm old. If you could breakdance on someone's head like Inosuke, who would you breakdance on? Donald Trump, so I could bore a hole into his head and murder him. Been watching Erased with Glitch Phantom and it's so cute, sad, and just an amazing experience. Wait, Anna, you've been watching anime with somebody? That's so cool. Actually, I need more people to watch shows with. I've been watching Arcane with a friend recently, and that's been really fun. I know it's not an anime, but it's still, I think it should count. Chat can also answer. Characters you start to hate someone become ones you want to see the most. Yeah, fair. It's also a single season. Nice. Yeah, it's been fun. Cool. I'm glad. She wanted to share her favorite anime with people and I got to join. That's fantastic. That's such peak friendship. That was pretty fucked up. I don't even care. Call me an all-streamer if you want to. Been trying to plan to watch Invincible with people on Discord, but it's hard to plan it. That's fair. I've heard great things about Scavenger's Reign. I watched the first couple episodes and I struggled to get into it, but I really need to, I think. I've heard incredible things about Scavenger's Reign. Did you watch Demon Slayer at all? I finished Demon Slayer. I liked it quite a lot. Very good show. So, yeah. It really picks up. It's really worth the time investment. I was honestly surprised the plot and characters are as good as they are considering how beautiful it is. I thought it was going to be more vapid, but no, not at all. That's fantastic to hear, because it definitely, from the outside, it does look kind of vapid. Favorite Hashira? The butterfly girl? That's probably what I would say. It's just cool. Or that one who dies. Seis manos? 6 hands? Demon Slayer's fun, but I don't think I'd recommend it to someone. Really? I personally would. When Goku or the blind guy, I don't know his name. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. Group of orphans taught martial arts, ended up investing in fighting supernatural. That's cool. But yeah, I think there's a couple animes that I like that I wouldn't recommend to people outside of people that I know are actually already into anime. And I think an example of that is one I recommended to Zeke earlier, Madoka Magica. Just because it's best if you understand the tropes of anime. Because if you don't understand the tropes of anime, it just doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't make sense, like, why are these things happening? But if you understand the tropes of anime, it becomes very interesting. Onmyoji and Trace are 2 supernatural anime I also like. I don't know those ones. Huh. Another one that I don't recommend as much, but I wonder if I should, is Cowboy Bebop. Seen bits and pieces of Madoka here and there. It's a lot. It's a big commitment, I think is how I would say it. It is. I like how they pop out of the manga at the end and tell Toshio's secret. Yeah, it is pretty funny. Sorry. Salt escaped my lips for a second there. Okay. But yeah, oh my lord. Are you an Evangelion fan? I like Evangelion. I would not necessarily call myself an Evangelion fan, if that makes sense. Choose your wimp, Zenitsu. I mean, I would. Zenitsu is an interesting character. I actually think Zenitsu is a great character. Eva is an anime I love, but I struggle to recommend to my non-anime knowing friends. Yeah, that's like recommending Darling in the Franxx to people. Same vibes, right? It's just a big commitment that you may not be comfortable making. And I think that's not a bad thing, it's just interesting. But yeah, I like Zenitsu quite a bit. Zenitsu or Usopp? I mean, Zenitsu wins in the fight, if that's what you're asking. I think, on the whole, Usopp is not a very strong character. It's a deeply imperfect anime, yeah. I mean, I think some of the best are, right? I don't think people get into anime because they're perfect. I think people don't get into media in general because it's perfect, right? People get into media in general because they enjoy it. That's a very different thing. But I think overall, Eva's still a good anime. This is not me saying it's bad. This is just me saying it's flawed. Wonder what happened to Sniper King? Probably got boring to write. Is my guess. Wanted to watch My Hero Academia, but as soon as midnight showed up, I was out. That's fair. That's fair. That is some pretty gross over-sexualization of a character, and I understand why you don't like that. Horrible fandom, so I refused to watch because of that. Does it really have that horrible fandom? I haven't, like, engaged with it in any real way. I've heard unfortunate things. Oh. Don't? Okay. Good to know. Do not do it. Okay, cool. I'm glad we've all come to realization that the MHA fandom is not worth it. Yeah, I mean, I personally think the fandoms are often a, let's say, reflection of the author. Thank you for the follow, Katie Danny. Appreciate you. Welcome into the pile of dips. Yeah, let's see, what fandoms have I actually genuinely enjoyed interacting with? There haven't been too many, frankly. This fandom, obviously, I think is really great. I enjoy it quite a lot. Other fandoms. I don't know. It's kind of hard to like think about which fandoms I genuinely enjoy interacting with, because there's quite a few good ones out there, but there's also some real rough ones. Back in the day, I used to stream Balloons a lot. Really don't enjoy interacting that much with the Balloons audience anymore. Mostly just because it is kind of toxic to their streamers. It's kind of shocked you haven't heard of Lane. It's under the impression it's a classic. The Hollow Knight community is bimodal. Yeah, I think that's a nice way of saying it. Yeah, I'm just like thinking about all the different communities. Because I've been part of quite a few communities. Oh, I was part of the like Super Hulock community for a while. That was an interesting one. I don't know if I liked it, but it was interesting. The Undertale community is fucking cooked. Yeah, I have heard that. I do think the Deltarune Tomorrow memes are pretty funny, though. I have to admit. I love how strongly Galvin was just like, just don't engage with those communities. Okay. Other things I wanted to talk about today. Oh, I wanted to talk about resistance through joy. So I don't know how many of you understand this concept, but resistance through joy is a concept created by a number of black activists back in the day. It was kind of like many people came upon it at a similar time. And it's a very interesting concept of just like some of the best pieces of resistance you can do is like have a community of people that you really enjoy engaging with. So I think it links to this conversation pretty well. If you've ever heard of the concept of celebrate black joy, that's kind of where that came from. But yeah, I think that's a very interesting concept, and it's something I think about on occasion. But this is kind of my favorite form of resistance, I guess is what I would call it. Oh! Let's go. Okay. Whew. That boss fight's so stressful. That boss fight's so stressful. Honestly, that took less time than I thought it would. So, another one. What else do we have to talk about today? Oh. How do y'all feel about taxes? I've been thinking about taxes a lot this week. And like, what it means to, like, do taxes, I guess. And yeah, just been thinking about that. How do y'all feel about taxes in support of a government you don't agree with? What? I don't know. I've been thinking about taxes. I'm just asking questions. Like, I kind of have to pay my taxes. It's kind of the nature of living. But it feels weird paying taxes to a government I don't support. I mean, I assume you've read the copy pasta. Mine is Jolteon. It's just Gooners that are bad? Yeah. I pretend I didn't really hear that about Vaporeon. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying I assume you've read it. Dear Diary, today I had skill issue. Yup. Fun fact, and you can call me L-Streamer for this, I learned recently that Tainted Keeper can't actually, and Keeper in general, cannot get HP downs from pills, so you don't have to be quite so afraid. I'm just saying. Yeah. I'm absolutely rocking with contributing to social programs and infrastructure. Yeah, I agree, but I feel like we're not really contributing to social programs and infrastructure anymore. I feel like realistically what we're doing through our taxes is contributing to the police and the military-industrial complex. And that makes me frustrated. You know what I mean? Yes, I agree taxes do a lot for us. But I'm just kind of frustrated at the way they've been implemented by the current system of government. Yeah, exactly. You get me. Taxes are just there to help the rich stay rich and the poor stay poor. It does kind of feel like we don't tax well in the US. My favorite crime is tax evasion. I mean, I wish, but unfortunately the IRS is good at their job, unlike many American institutions. And that's what makes me scared. Also, my taxes are really complicated because I get paid by YouTube and Twitch. What is the IRS? The IRS is the Internal Revenue Service, aka it is the part of the US government that basically says, hey, you didn't pay your taxes. They basically track who did and who did not pay the taxes that year. And I think the really interesting part is, in the US, it's up to you to decide how much you owe in taxes, but they already know. Like, it is completely viable for them to just, like, tell you how much you actually owe, because they know the number. But because of lobbying, they are not legally allowed to tell you. Even though in many other countries, taxes are... You're told how much you owe. Very readily. And they won't be doing it for much longer if Doge keeps doing what it's doing? Sure. They won't tell you because then they can get you out on making mistakes. Yes, but they've also been lobbied heavily by groups like TurboTax and Intuit to make that illegal. Like groups have been like paying money to the government for decades to make that not a thing. Jotaro. Yeah, exactly. It is all about those 60 odd bucks. Just wait till you see the Dio. True. If a fly has 50 wings, would it be able to fly? I don't know. That's a really hard question. And it's really more of a question for an evolutionary biologist. What has 2 wheels and flies? Wait, no, 8 wheels? Grass. I lied about the flying and the wheels. You thought you'd find a good item, but it was me. Dio was the hottest meme when Rebirth came out. Honestly, that makes a lot of sense. That's a pretty solid meme. The efficiency of any one wing would be way down since the air will already be turbulent from all the other wings. That's a good point, actually. Solid understanding of physics. Galvin, I have a question for you. Do you know the YouTuber Bosnian Bill? Like, this is a genuine question. I'm asking because I'm actually curious. No? Okay. Gotta have more cowbell? True. A garbage truck? True. It's the guy that makes the lockpicks? Yes, it is indeed the guy that makes the lockpicks. I was just wondering if he was like a local celebrity within Bosnia. I will speak Bosnian, you'll deal with it. That's fine. People can speak whatever language they want in my chat. I have no real stopping power. In fact, I encourage it. I love Lockpicking Lawyer. This is Lockpicking Lawyer, and today we're going to be working on good shit. I love the April Fool's Lockpicking Lawyer episodes, especially. Those things are solid. Pop seems pretty good with Cole. Ah, fuck, I talked about the game. Chat, L streamer. L streamer. It's the Lock Me Lawyer. Today we'll be opening the White House gate. Yup. Real. Gavland Evilum Gestia Jabuk. I don't know what those words mean. Magic Man, I like your words. Try and read that. Come on, I will in a second. God knew I'd be unstoppable, so he made me terminally EP sleepy. True. Shout out to God. Otherwise, Anna would be too good of a streamer. And then they'd be making infinite money. And we can't have her do that. Okay. Hi, my name is Galvin. I like your gaming? I don't know. Hard to say. So you don't. No, 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 no. No, 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 Anna, no. Okay. Okay. Welcome back. Love getting sticky nickels from bosses as Teeper. Yeah, I am, that was a stressful one. I know I can't talk about it, but like, that one was really stressful. L. True. Big L. Big L. You big ups. Black hole is huge. You what? That's what they called me in college. Anna, you're white. Please do my challenge. I don't know how to pronounce that C. Wish I did. Don't worry about it. Okay. Okay. It's not French. You can't just call people French, dog. Yeah, but I don't speak French either. I just speak Spanish, and that's the closest I could get. I don't know how to pronounce that C. Bye, Creeching. See you around. I can barely speak English. Fair. I subbed and now liked. Thank you. Got my first hand lost completion mark. Guess which one? I'm gonna guess it was Beast. Bedside Bed is a great name, by the way. Welcome into stream. Happy to have you, Hun. Happy to have you, Bud. Hun is... unnecessarily southern is really what it is. I'm gonna guess heart. Yeah, I don't have any idea how I did that. Probably floor 1 glitch crown. That'll do it. Wait, I was right? Yo. I'm goated. If I ate a monkey, would that be considered cannibalism? Not technically. But it would be considered weird. But yeah. Welcome into Isaac Underexplained. You can see in the pinned comment what's going on, but for the most part, it's just like I can't talk about the game, and you can ask me any question you want. So if you have questions, feel free to ask them. I'm not Chinese, I swear. I don't think Chinese people eat monkeys. Thought Sacred Orb was all completion marks with 10 loss, so that was fun. That is a fantastic unlock, isn't it? Yeah, it's not like Godhead, it just lets you have it. Not being racist? If the ring holder of Captain Planet, what would it be? Probably Heart, considering the naming convention. But I'm not sure. At least if I had to guess. Now to find it, good luck. Give me $10,000 if I'm wrong, but Isaac is a rhythm game, right? Isaac is definitely a rhythm game. Also putting it out there, you don't get to decide when you're racist. It is typically the people around you that decide when you're racist. Shit. But yeah, I genuinely think Isaac is a rhythm game more than it is any other, like, I kind of think... 1 second. Kitty? No, that was my mom. 1 second. I'm gonna play some Azazel. Ooh, fun. You can leave if you want to. Overthrown the government if I'm wrong, but grass is pink, right? No, unfortunately not. Good shit, Anna. Good shit. I'll tell her you said hi later. She was going off to work. I'm into this. Grass is red for me? Oh, okay. Are you colorblind? It's okay if you are, I'm just wondering. Genuinely. You Dale forsake Guptail? I mean, yeah. Fuck, I talked about the game. Damn it. Dang it. You also said Azazel and Isaac. Wait, I did? Shit. Shit. I'm fucking up, chat. Fuck it up. Fuck it up.
Queen of Hearts. 2 of Diamonds.
What do I win for you breaking? My continual friendship. The colorblind means you see black and white. No, that's very rare. Yeah, 1 in 12 people are like red-green colorblind, right? That's quite a lot. Oh, I forgot to get... Ah, damn it. Anyway. I don't think people still think about colorblindness. We're pretty aware that there are different types. Maybe that's just people I interact with. I think it's less common than you'd think. Yes. Answer fast. What would you do if I punched you? I'd probably not fight back. I've been in too many fights to want to fight back at this point. It's just not worth it. Because, Chad, I don't know if you know this about me, but I've been in a lot of fights. Sometimes they're fun, but mostly not. Get punched? Yeah. Boom, dead. Damn. I got deaded. Test? Yes. What's up? What are you testing? Testicles. Got me. Got me good, as a matter of fact.
Experimental build.
Can't believe you got me with the dick tickles. No, there's a dog around. She's just kind of roaming. Alright. No racism even as a joke? There was a racism joke? I did not notice. I'm very overwhelmed right now, if you can't tell. If you use the moon card twice, does it take you to the super secret? Nope. Just continues taking you to the regular secret, unfortunately. Okay. Oh, that's the dog going bork, bork, bork. She's just barking a bunch. Chili! Chili, no! She's kind of loud. She's not usually here, so people don't hear her very often. But when she's here, she's a barky dog. Actually, yeah.
Huh?
Huh? Mateo Danea, or Dahina, thank you so much for the follow on YouTube. Appreciate you. Welcome into the pile of dips. Very scary dog. That's my subscription sound. Okay. Yeah, it was just somebody follow. SP Quinn without the A. In Spain? So in pain? Wait, in spin? I mean, I wouldn't love being spun all the time, but I deal with it. Okay. Sacred, I know who you should rate at the end of the stream. Yeah, who's that? I think she's stopping, right? She stopped. It's funny because she's like 7 pounds. She's like this, got this scary bark. I'll go and grab her in a second. Lady, really cool content creator? Sure. This is so silly. Whew. Last cannon will kill you. GG's. Thanks everybody for joining today. Oh, that sounds fun. Homing rocket bombs. They're pretty cool. Alright, everybody. That is the end of my stream today. We are going to be raid Lady Kayumi. I want to say thank you everybody for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And catch you on the flip side. If you haven't hit that follow button, please do. It's really important and lets you know that you like my content. It lets me know that you like my content. Alright, bye everybody. Bye. Oh, there should be a button either below the stream or on screen if you're what should we call it? If you're in the short version. Anyway, bye.